Pandemonium is just around the corner. The Trash Pandas 2024 season blasts off on April 9th. Single game tickets start at just $8 at tptix.com.
Let's rock it.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Hi, my name is Dan Aldridge. I'm here to let you know about the Aldridge Law Firm and the soon-to-be-announced Legal Town Center. I've been practicing law in Alabama since 1984, and I also practice in Tennessee. And I'm from North Alabama, and I'm here to represent you and take care of your legal needs. For many of us, hiring an attorney is not high on the priority list, and maybe a little scary. But it's something that we all need at some point. So by all means, do your homework. And if you need representation for car accident, wrongful death, medical malpractice, nursing home abuse, or estate planning, or any other matter, just give us a call at 256-534-3188. And you can email me at Dan, that is Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. God bless America.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
The state's largest orthopedic group is growing to meet the needs of the patients in our community. The Orthopedic Center has long been the most trusted name in orthopedics in North Alabama. So as our area continues on the fast track, so does the need for premier orthopedic care anywhere and anytime you need it. TOC is proud to announce the opening of our new locations in Albertville and Hampton Cove, along with the grand opening of our newest office in Decatur. These clinics will offer the same high-quality orthopedic care you have come to associate with TOC, with the convenience of being closer to home. As a patient, your time is your most precious asset, and we recognize that at TOC. That's why we are also proud to announce the opening of our urgent ortho clinics to handle those bumps and bruises that need prompt attention. These clinics are available to care for acute orthopedic injuries with no appointment necessary. With 38 physicians, 20 centers of excellence, and now more than a dozen locations to serve you, TOC will continue to be the name you turn to for the best orthopedic care at the right time. Visit our website at visittoc.com for more information. TOC, helping you live a better life.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
WCZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. This hour is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, Alabama's F-150 Superstore. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
Friday is upon us. Steve Moulton here with you on The Drive. Boy, it has been a week here for us at this particular radio station. I digress. We're walking you up to Alabama baseball as the Crimson Tide will take on the Kentucky Wildcats. That coverage will start coming up here in about 20 minutes' time. So, and a very abbreviated show for us here today. So, going to re-rack a conversation that Wes and I had with Enos Watley, the former Crimson Tide standout on the hardwood, as Alabama gets ready for a Final Four run. Coming up tomorrow night, you'll be able to hear the Final Four right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. The tournament has been brought to you by Huntsville Hospital Sports Center and TOC. We appreciate their sponsorship for allowing us to carry the full tournament exclusively right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. And on the subject of the word exclusive, We are also your home for the Rocket City Trash Pandas over on our .2 channel. That is our HD.2 channel. If you don't have an HD radio, if you want to listen to the Trash Panda games, head over to talkradiowzzn.com. Click on the Listen Live button there to hear Josh Carey coming up in about an hour's time as the Trash Pandas are on the road taking on the Tennessee Smokies. Or you could download the app for Talk Radio WZZN as well and take the Trash Pandas wherever you go. It is also the regular season finale tonight for the Huntsville Havoc. I'll be on the call coming up here in a little over an hour and a half. Puck's set to drop a little after 7 o'clock, so I guess that's a little bit more than an hour and a half. Anyway, that's that Georgia math kicking in just for you. It'll be taking on a team from the state of Georgia. That is Macon. The Mayhem are in town. Havoc and Macon will be squaring off over on Zone 5 tonight. Again, on Zone 5. So if you have not downloaded our app, just search 977 ESPN in your Google Marketplace or your Apple Store so you can check out Havoc Hockey. You've got Trash Pandas Baseball, Alabama Baseball, Final Four this weekend. We've got you covered right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Our conversation we had with Enos Watley comes up right now.
With that being said, West Neighbors, I don't know if I did not tell you this, but our next guest wanted Final Four tickets, floor seats for the Final Four to come on this program, and I told him you would easily make that happen.
Yeah.
So, Enos Watley, welcome to the program, sir. How are you?
Hell, if you had any eligibility left, I could do that, Enimo.
Well, hey, the eligibility gone, but definitely, it's good to be talking to you guys once again, man. I'm just elated and shocked and surprised and just so happy, at this point,
Well, every reason to be. What are your thoughts on this run that this Alabama team has made?
Well, the crazy thing about it, I was speaking about a breakthrough, and the definition of a breakthrough is like once you get past that point, and out of all the great players and great teams and great things, we have done getting to the Sweet 16 and then the Final 8 one time, I just think that it's just a perfect, almost a perfect recipe, man. You can't really explain it because I thought last year's team had the situation, a perfect situation set up where they could win it, and didn't see this coming for this year's team. I thought, just say the back line and different things, hadn't come together, but that lets you know that once you start playing great basketball and everything come together at the right time, that anything can happen,
And we've run into those streams. I know Providence back in '87.
At UConn.
Yeah, when you look at Indiana's famous team, we had those guys beat that year. Yeah. What was that, 1976? Yeah. You look at the year with, you guys were awesome. I think we've had better players on different teams, but this team has just got hot at the right time. They became the teams like the Billy Donovan's team that upset us. They hit 13 threes, right, in that game. So we've become that team, finally.
Well, when we played North Carolina 42 years ago, I think if Eddie Phillips, this is just my personal opinion, if he don't get the quick whistle, boo, 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 and he get in foul trouble, that game could have easily went any other way. And I just think of just so many times, T.R. Dunn team and just the time and how we have had such great talent. But that's why I say breakthrough, because of all the misfortune and timing of Alabama basketball just never getting to the Final Four. Many people say, I know it's an incredible football school, but I tell people all the time, a lot of times you guys don't know the type of talent that comes out of the state and that the University of Alabama has. And I'm just happy, that the breakthrough happened where, they saying, well, we just not coming just to play, a Final Four game, but we want to win it all. I said, I totally agree, but you don't know how long this been for people down our way. So that's why, it's a great day for me.
When you jumping, I was jumping up and down, screaming like a little girl when when his foot was on the logo and he shot on that three and he made that. Yeah. And then the only one he missed. Pringle got a 3-point play. I said, it's just like it's turned. When it turns hard, EMO.
Well, Coach Oaks, he's a heck of a coach anyway. But like I said, if they making it three, everybody talking about Connecticut. I said they making it three. I'm fine. And if two of the big guys come to play, I think we're in a heck of a position, and we're in a heck of a position, even though Connecticut is well coached. I think both coaches are great coaches and good coaches and everything. But if we're playing well and shooting well, I think we got a chance. But I just think the timing of them getting hot at the time and just the momentum swing, it reminds me of the Villanova, the North Carolina State. Like the surprise, unexpected team. I think this may be a year that the surprise team could win it, because Connecticut to go back to back is tough. All the pressure's on them, to me, and the NC State and Alabama, to me, it's been in the perfect place, and not counting Purdue out. Purdue also too is another team, but I'm just happy for our program and just for so many players that have played and blood, sweat, and tears. This is just really a great day. I appreciate you guys even having me on.
Oh, well, I'm so glad you're on. And Enimo, did you see Purdue? They got a player that cut down the net without using the ladder.
Tell me about it. Hey, I played with Manu Bowl, and I'm actually at the game, the Washington Wizards game tonight, and part of my alumni friend is George Mirason. So, he's a couple inches shorter, but that is a big human being. I tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Manute Bol,
Zach Edey, who we're speaking about.
Yeah, Manute Bol has to go on a 10,000 calorie diet to catch Zach Edey.
Yes, sir. Hey, that is a mountain of a man. I tell you that. Yes,
it's a lot of man. I mean, I don't know if he'll make more money in basketball if he were played left tackle. How much money he can make with those feet, right?
Yeah, he may want to consider. They offered the guy from NC State. I heard the football trials. I mean, he may want to try out too. He's a big guy.
Talking to Enos Wally right now on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, and at least from my standpoint, Enimo, I cannot help but think of other teams that went on runs after what was supposed to be their year. And it was supposed to be Bama's year last year. And it made me think about the only run that Hugh Durham had into the Final Four was the year after Dominique Wilkins left the University of Georgia. So I know a lot of assistant coaches changed and quite a few players, the transfer portal and everything. But I am of the belief that this year does not happen without last year. What are your thoughts?
I totally agree with you. That's why I keep saying timing, because I thought in my own natural mind that was a missed opportunity last year. But, with the unfortunate incident that happened, I thought their focus kind of got away, and I think it hurt Alabama, especially against San Diego State. But this year, I believe just the timing of everything coming together. Now, personally, I thought a couple SEC schools would get there. Kentucky, Tennessee, oh, my God, we had like 5-6 different teams that was playing well, at the right time. But did I think Bama right away? I thought if Bama played well, that they had an opportunity to get there. But I believe the timing of, just Coach Oaks and just the players getting hot. I think, the point guard, Sears is playing incredible. The guard tandem. I mean, really all the guys, because, if they play well like that, man, I think this could be they got a perfect scenario. They're in a perfect position, we as Bama fans spoiled, and I know we want to win it and everything, but I think they got a perfect situation set up here.
So tell me about how much of UConn have you seen throughout the tournament? Because it feels like they're a little bit of a mirror of each other. Although please go ahead.
No, I'm just thinking about, I'm a student, and I always tell them when they get emotional and start talking, even last year. I watched the game last year when UConn beat Alabama. Now all the UConn don't have the same players and Bama don't have the same players, but I think Coach O is familiar with Hurley. I think they both are like not similar coaches, but I think that they great minds, and I just think that they totally mirror each other. They got good strategies and work hard. Bama started playing better defense, and got on a run at the end, but I think that they can be had because of the fact that if Alabama plays well, I think that they can play with anybody. But UConn is a well-coached team, and rightfully so deserve all the credit that they're getting. But I just think the timing part is that Alabama got as good a chance as UConn if they're on their A game.
And as good as having that elite special player is, and I'm not downplaying that, but the fact that it's been a different player stepping up round after round, the buy-in and the confidence has to be through the roof. What's your thoughts on that?
I totally agree. I said if we get two of our big guys to play good, from Pringle to other kid's name, I can't think of his name.
Grant Nelson.
If Nelson, Pringle, if we get it could be whoever. I think Coach O is an excellent coach, but if we get two of them to play good at the same time as our shot fall, I think we right there. It's just personally, I'm biased a little bit because I want them to win, but I just watching UConn and watching Alabama play, I think the mirror do face each other.
Selfishly, if there was one, you mentioned some other SEC teams, Auburn in particular, I felt like they had a run in them, and it's just one of those March things that happened, but it felt like they had all the pieces except for the guard position. It's amazing how this game evolves, but yet there is one constant, and that's the guard position.
Yes, sir. And you know what? I think about just all the teams, should have been there. You think about upset from Georgetown to, NC State, did it. I mean, when Villanova did it to Georgetown, NC State, I just think that's March Madness. Even myself as a sophomore, we played Lamar one time. I never forget this because people were saying that, how could Auburn use? Yeah, I'm telling you, it can happen if you don't react at the right time and things don't go your way, or just say you may be in a little slump, or you may need just another quarter or some breaks to happen. Like, for instance, what Nelson did and what Pringle did. I think if you get someone to step up, and even the young freshmen step up, you get someone to step up that's unexpected like that, I'm telling you, man, it can happen in March Madness.
What game do you remember from March Madness the most from your career?
The two games that sticks out, that's why I can speak from experience. St. John's and I was playing at Nassau Coliseum in New York City, and we were going back and forth. It's just a matter of it came down to a tip-in shot that St. John missed. And we was playing North Carolina in Sweet 16. And like I said, it came down to we were going match for bucket. And those two games stood out because, you had, of course, the GOAT, Michael Jordan playing, Worthy, Sam Perkins. I think our strategy was to let Jimmy Black shoot and let Matt Doherty beat us. But I thought Wimp did an excellent job of strategy, just like Coach Oak. I think the set that he put in, with this new set that he's been putting in and kind of running now, I think it just shows just how talented a coach he is. But those two games stood out, the St. John's game and the North Carolina game, because we were all so close to getting there. And I believe the winner was going to come from that side. Like, I believe the winner's going to come from the side of Alabama in Connecticut. This is my personal opinion,
And that was Dean Smith's first championship.
Yeah.
That was his big knock for the longest time. Couldn't win the big one. And I'm sure there was a lot of pressure on him. But it's you mentioned about Wimp Sanderson. What did Wimp do to prepare you guys the right way? Because it seemed like he always had you guys in a run in the month of March.
People underestimate Coach Sanderson. I think he was very unsung, and underestimated in the sense of how well and what he did. And if you really take a scope at what he did is kind of like amazing. But he always prepared us. One thing about scouting report, what I learned when I got to Alabama is that he was going to play defense, first of all. And secondly, we were prepared, but what people underestimate about him is that I never forget, as a freshman, man, people were like, well, why don't you shoot more? Why don't you do? I said, I just don't. I'm just not an aggressive shooter anyway. Not that I can't shoot. I just wasn't an aggressive shooter, but he never, ever said anything to me about not shooting. But he put me in position many times and would tell me, in his own way, privately, I want you to be more aggressive. And people really underestimate, I think, the strategy of Coach Sanderson and how good he was. Because it wasn't just with our team. I think we're the ones that got him started. But you've seen it over and over again that his team, all his teams were prepared, and all his team played really hard.
The two games that you referenced, it was a 1-point win over St. John, 69-68 was the final, and a 5-point game against North Carolina, as we've already mentioned, the eventual champ there in that one as well. 74-69 was the final of that one in a Sweet 16 matchup. So it really is kind of a crapshoot once you get to this type of this time of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, you get these come down to me. I don't like to use the word luck, but I think break and luck. Like in the St. John game, it really came down to like them missing the last shot. We were back and forth. In the North Carolina game, I believe with blowing the whistle a little quick on Eddie Stillers, I really do believe that kills out. And I thought our momentum was changing just at the right time, even against the great team of Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins, and Worthy. I knew they knew that we were capable of beating them, and they went on to go beat Georgetown after that. But I just, if you get the right break, like I think Alabama beating Clemson after Clemson came on their home court and beat them, I just think that their confidence should be high, and I think that them beating North Carolina really should let them know that they can play with anybody. And I know Coach Oaks always preached that about, hey, I want you to shoot and everything, but I just really do believe if they are on, I don't think that they're just as good as anybody else in that's left in these 4 teams, including themselves, to that they can win the game.
So what Enimo says is so right, though, talking about the way Pringle scored 18. He had 18 points. And then the other kid, the freshman, who shot an air ball the first play, came down and shot again right after that, made it, then shot another air ball, and then went on to didn't miss after that. I mean, that's for a freshman. Usually a freshman shoots a air ball, and he's done for the day.
And I think it's a testament to Coach Oaks that had enough strength and excuse my French, balls to allow him to play. But defensively, I thought he played well. Sometimes it ain't so much offensively than it is defense. That's why, I always say we have to adjust. It's good to shoot the three, but I think when we make the right decision, I just think I think Bama has been making the right decision. They've been playing real good defense. And so, I think that's how they got there,
In terms of how the game is called by the officials in tournament play, how do you prep for that? Because of how different the game is called compared to a game in January.
I don't think that you can prep for it. I think that you could. Basketball is a rhythm and it's a principle. It's a game, a run. And when it's your time to make that run, I think that if you don't turn the ball over, a couple things. If you don't turn the ball over, and you got good guard play, I think that you can go far. Which if you look at all the great teams, they always seem to have good guard play, and the team that don't turn the ball over, most seem like they're the team that normally wins at the end. And of course, free throws. But if you can get those 3 components clicking at the same time, I think that you got a good chance, because when Pringle and Nelson, when they play well and the freshmen play well, I mean, come on. I think if 2 of them play well at the same time, I think it's got a shot. I'm just, this person,
Should be fun. I'm glad you said free throws too. That is that is the one topic that does not get discussed nearly enough. The importance of that little charity stripe.
Yeah, you got to make them when it counts, man. Whoever make the free throws basically and not turn over folks, I think that's who's gonna win it. You know. Yeah.
I know it was the famous Jim Valvano line when they went on their run in '83. We got them right where we want them. We're down by 4 with 5 minutes to go.
That is so right. All I've been hearing today are how good Connecticut is. I say this old cliche that's a country saying. He said, "Pressure busts a pipe when the booty get tight." And if Connecticut get tight, I just think that Bama's in they're in a perfect position because no one never got to the Final Four, but I don't think that's just enough for a coach and this team. I think that this could be, and I use this term right here. This is a breakthrough year for the University of Alabama, and I think this is a surprise, unexpected blessing that's on this basketball team, where I believe that no one's seen this coming. Just like the football team, no one's seen the football team last year getting all the way to the championship after how they started. But both teams really done well after not playing so well. But I think for the basketball team, this is definitely a breakthrough. It's not ironic that Coach Saban would step down and all of a sudden we get to the first Final Four. So maybe I'm just saying, maybe it may be the start of something great, and I hope it is,
The fact that basketball is on this level in the state with what Auburn is doing, certainly what Samford has done there with Bucky Ball, UAB had a heck of a run. They had a chance in the first round for a legitimate upset. The basketball in this state is just fun to watch, and being a basketball fan, it just makes it that much sweeter to be in a air quote football state, which we are. But the fact that basketball is getting this much attention.
Yeah, I totally agree with you because I love football. I'm a true Alabama fan, period, of all sports. But I totally agree with you. Back when we played, I think also it was similar. UAB was played well, and then they had some big upset win. That's why I think it's kind of scary. It was 42 years ago when it was kind of like scary. They played North Carolina again, which is not coincidental. But this time, the breakthrough happened. UAB, South Alabama back when we played, that was a lot of good schools in the state of Alabama at the time, and it was similar this year. So, hats off. The program is headed in the right direction. So I'm just proud to be a former Alabama player and a true Alabama fan, and just happy for Coach Oaks and all the guys, man. I really take my hat out to the young fellow because they're the one that got through. So it's a statement, a testament to all the guys that have come through and played there. Now I'm really elated and happy for them. I really am.
I can't thank you enough for hopping on.
Mo, you're still my favorite to watch ever.
So I would ask where you're going to watch the game, but, since Wes is hooking you up with these floor seats, I know exactly where you're going to be Saturday night.
If I had something you'd go, I'd take you.
I'm actually going to the game. I had to cancel my plan because I say the chances of the first time, I always said this in my heart. I say if Alabama make it to the Final Four, I am going. So I would be
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Swung on and belted high and deep in the air to left field, and this is gone. Fastball called third strike, lower outside corner.
Crimson Tide Baseball is on.